All right, today we're going to be talking about Japanese Kei cars. It's like a normal car squished. All right, so here are Kei cars. A whole selection of them from Kruber.com, and this is a Japanese website, so you'll have to pardon a little bit of their English. So we've got things like the Suzuki Jimny, the Suzuki Hustler, some Daihatsus, some Hondas, really popular cars down here, which we'll be getting into later. These cars, they're basically crushed versions of normal cars. They're limited by law to a specific size, and they're limited to an engine power output of 64 horsepower. 64 horsepower. You heard that right. And most of them don't have turbos and only output 30 horsepower. Yeah. They're 660cc 3-cylinder engines in these Kei cars. But they're incredibly useful and very practical. All right, so one thing about Kei cars, you'll notice normal cars, they look, I don't know, normal. But then Kei cars. So normal car, Kei car, normal car, Kei car, normal car, Kei car. Normal cars, their roof line ends in normal place. Kei car, look how high the roof is. Their roofs are really high. But you also notice these yellow plates, that's a Kei car. About 40% of cars in Japan are these Kei cars. We're gonna go find a dealer where we can see some of these Kei cars. But first, since we just came here, it's Coco's time. All right, we're in Nara Daihatsu now. We're gonna see what they've got. Hopefully they let us film. All right, so here we've got some U-car. That normally means used cars, but this car actually has a big U on the front. I don't know. These are Kei cars. They come in many varieties. Many different styles. They have to do some fun things to liven them up because they're basically small boxes. So they do different color schemes, different wheel designs and whatnot. Crazy colors. Because you gotta have style. And one of the most famous cars from this company is something called the Daihatsu Koppen. Very unique, sporty car. And now we're gonna see if we can get past the robotic security guard. Now the Koppen is not just called a regular Koppen. This is the newer one. The newer one is called the Koppen Robe. And it has Bilstein shocks. Bilstein, however you pronounce that. And it has a great gas rating. Let's see if it's open. It is. Yay. Momo steering wheel. Pretty cool designs. You can see there is no stereo. Two-tone color designs. Obviously only 2 seats in here. And this car is front engine, front wheel drive. But they're supposed to be a blast to drive, although I haven't driven one yet. And this Koppen Robe does have a removable roof, so it is a Targa. You can see the lines for the Targa right here and here. Cool little car. And quite popular. Now this new one is not as popular as the old one, because the old one kind of looked like a old Porsche. But let's see what else we can find around here. This is a Daihatsu CAN bus. CAN bus. It can be a bus. Maybe. Maybe can be a bus. Open. Oh. And this one has a little bit more normal styling to it, maybe. Although bright blue accents to match the exterior of the car. Cool little things that you can do. in these Kei cars. It's fun. Storage compartments, no stereo, and what a strange place to put the cluster. Not here, but the instrument cluster is up there in the middle. Center consoles. This one has an armrest with more storage. And I actually have back seats in this car, which can also fold down. This car's got a lot of room. One of the biggest things about Kei cars is they have huge, very high ceilings, which makes them have a gigantic sun visor. All right, let's see what else we got. This one has 4 doors. Better than the small little tiny Copeland. That's a truck. They look hilarious. And Kei cars all have these yellow license plates. So that's how you can designate them real easy. But this is a really big cabin with really tiny little wheels and a flatbed in the back. Super utilitarian, and so many people have them and use them all over the place. They're actually hilarious. I love them. Kei truck. This is not a car. It's a poster. 30 to 40% of cars in Japan are actually these Kei cars. So many people have them. And why? Money is the biggest reason. They're cheap, man. The cheapest ones are about 8,000 US dollars. So yeah, taxes on them are cheaper than other cars. They're amazingly good in gas. Most of them get 50 to 60 miles per gallon on regular gas. It's pretty awesome. And Japanese roads, a lot of them are really tiny. They may not even fit a normal car, so having a Kei car is gonna make life just easier. So a lot of people drive them, like I said. Kei cars also have special license plates. Normally the yellow ones. So when you see a yellow license plate, it's normally a consumer Kei car in Japan. One of the more popular versions of Kei cars. It's kind of more of a family-oriented vehicle. This is the Daihatsu Tanto, named after the small samurai sword that they used to carry. Definitely a family car. When you open the doors, they slide open automatically for ease of use. Big open back seats. You may have noticed you can only fit 4 people in a Kei car. 4. That's it. Door will close by itself. If you're going at any real speed, obviously it won't do that, but that's okay. This one has a slightly more decked out interior. It's got some leather. It actually has an infotainment screen, which is nice. It actually has a leather looking plastic. That is definitely a hard plastic, not leather. But it's a tray, you can put stuff there, and it follows that pattern trend around the whole car. Even the seats have a very similar pattern trend to them, although this is fabric. Only this part's actually a fake leather, should I say. Actually, this car has something really cool I didn't even notice at first. Rear TV. So if you're in the back of the car, you can watch TV. Pretty cool. A lot of extra features in such a tiny, tiny package. These cars are very, very fun. Like I said, they're all over Japan. So you can always have a normal car, but you can have a small car like this for, I think they run mostly under about $15,000, which is about 150 man yen, or 1.5 million yen. Pretty cheap, lots of features. They just don't have power, and they're really small, and you can only fit 4 people. If you fold down the rear seats, and you're only taking 2 people in it, you can really fit a lot of stuff. I moved an entire guy's apartment in my old Kei car. Fun times. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to see more fun Japan content. Let's do this.